huge congratulations on your Emmy noms. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Was this something that was for both of you, did you even think that this was something that the Emmy nom, like, did it even register? And all of a sudden you found out?
When we shot it, we didn't even know, what Quibi was. I mean, like, people were describing it to us, but, it was a new platform. And I don't think it really occurred to us that we would, be nominated for an Emmy. It was a brand new platform. We were kind of shooting it like a film and curious to see how they were going to bring it to the forefront. And so I think kind of, the Emmy was like the last thing on our mind, going into the project.
You don't even really realize that it's Emmy nomination day. And you kind of just wake up and you get a flurry of these messages, and I think you're grateful, you're humbled. For a moment, you're in disbelief because I think we all we took it so personally, just the work, that we never thought about awards, and so to be recognized in this way, I think it was a pleasant surprise to us all.
After watching the whole series, I can understand why you were both nominated. You both did fantastic work. I'm curious, when you were playing a role like this, or like these, where it's intense and you're feeling, there's a lot of emotion that you have to portray on screen, how easy is it for the both of you to leave the character on set at the end of the day and go back to who you are? Or, you know what I mean? Does it stick with you?
To a point, you have to shake it off in order to go to bed. I think with this project, we didn't hang out really at all because it took so much out of us emotionally that by the end of the day, we were exhausted, and it was just going straight to bed and then waking back up. It's like knowing that you have to give that part of yourself. So you let like a lot go, but there's also a little bit you hold on to because you have to keep going back to that place inside of you. So by the end, when we were done, it was like a relief of like, whoo, we can kind of like let that go and we can like celebrate and, oh my God, look at the amazing work that we just did,
I think pretty much along the lines of what Jasmine was saying, you don't fully let it go until it's all over with. But I'd be lying if I said that it was easy, and that you weren't giving a piece of yourself to projects like this. I think that anything of this magnitude requires that you shed a little bit of yourself, and that's just a sacrifice that I think we all accepted as artists.
One of the things about this is that it's unfortunately as timely as ever. The story that's being depicted with RayShawn. Can you sort of talk about the fact that I think stories like this are incredibly important, that they keep on getting told to remind people about, what goes on. Can you both sort of address that?
We've been telling these stories for years through our art and through our music. I mean, you look at it, a Marvin Gaye album or any Stevie Wonder album, and they're talking about this subject. I think it's come to a place where there's been a shift, I feel, that's different. That's happening right now. And RayShawn is just landed right in the middle of that. I feel like when you do projects like this, you never know how it's going to affect people or where it's going to land and how it's going to land. And I think it's all kind of coming at a place and a time that's super, super important. We had no idea last year when we were filming this that everything was going to happen in the way that it did, and kind of come to head like this. So it's why we do it. It's why we pick projects like this. This is why we do it,
It's important. It's a labor of love. It could happen to me. It could happen to Jasmine. It becomes, certain things become, it's more than just going to work every day and, waking up and running through the run of the mill, if you will. I think that there's a personal investment that comes with telling a story like this, and that's obviously what's transpired onto the screen.
Before I run out of time, Stephan, I actually have to ask you an individual question. I've heard some rumblings that you might be working with Rapman on A Prophet. Is there any truth to that?
I have no comment on that. I'm sorry.
Got it. Then I'll switch to something else. And one of the things that I thought was so well done about this is that Quibi really knows how to sell the cliffhanger. As I was watching this, I kept on wanting to hit play as fast as possible. Can you sort of talk about the fact that these cliffhangers really keep you invested as you're watching?
Obviously it's a very important story. And I think when you usually see stories like this, there's a lot of quiet moments and it's a little bit slower, but this is also an action piece and it takes place under 24 hours. And I mean, I'm talking about high stakes. So it's an interesting way, to kind of tell this story. And requires kind of like all of these cliffhangers and, we shot it like a film, but the way that it was written and how Quibi did the edits in the room, I think they really did a great job of, every episode kind of like leaving you what's going to happen next,
Good luck with the rest of the speed dating. I hope you end up doing A Prophet. You guys have a fantastic day and talk to you guys later. Have a great day.
Thank you.